Today we're going to talk about what you can do to turn a poor performing staff member into a rock star. Stay tuned. Hello, I'm Dawn Payne, founder and creator of DawnMariePayne.com and Entrepreneurs Biz School, and this is Empowerment TV, where I help you create your dream life and business. I was recently asked by one of my clients how to handle a really tricky situation in her company. She has a staff member who is also a family member, and ultimately this person just isn't performing well or really following up on his tasks and getting things done in a timely manner. What she said was if he wasn't a staff member, she would have actually probably fired him by now. And this is really a tricky, challenging situation because family dynamics in business can add a whole other component to working together and to moving a business forward, especially when there are differences in opinion and maybe one person is the boss and the other one is working for a family member. So whether this is a situation or whether you have a staff member or somebody you're supervising who is performing at a level that isn't quite up to par, there's some really simple things you can do to see if you can turn them around and turn them into a rock star, or in some cases move on. So first things first, I really like to put an investigative hat on. I always go into my conversations looking to find more answers and more insights into what's happening for that person in my company, or even what's happening for them in their lives. The more you learn and the more you understand what's going on, the easier it is to either motivate them or help them move forward or make a decision to move on from that situation. So here's what I recommended to her. First thing is, I recommended that she double check if there have been any communication or training gaps. Does the person really truly understand their role, and have they had all the training they need? So check in with them and see if they fully understand and grasp the job at hand, especially if they're in a new role or in a new position. And if they're in a role they've been in for a while, double check if there's anything else that they are not sure of. If you've provided a task and it's not getting done in the way you expect, see if there's something they need in terms of more information. That's the first thing I always do. Go in and start asking some questions. Second thing, sometimes we are trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, and the role that the person is in just doesn't suit who they are, and they're trying to make something work where their gifts and talents are just not shining. So an example is, are you trying to make an artist into an accountant, or are you trying to make an accountant into an artist? It can be done, but really it can be a big slog and really hard for both yourself and that person in that role. So if that's the case, look for other positions for them within the company where they can really use their strengths. Don't try and force them to become something that they're not, and it will just be frustrating. So see if there's something else they can do. This is where sometimes you might need to make the decision to move on, or ask them to move on to a different job or a different career. Because even though it's, people want to have work and want to have jobs, you want to do your best to help people within your company, sometimes it just really truly isn't the right fit. So this is where it's really important to understand where their gifts are and where their talents are, and whether or not you can hone that and help them develop into even more of that person that they can become. Next, ask if they have anything they can offer for input to the solution. Get them involved in creating solutions for their own situation or their own challenges, and then create some accountability around that. Have a check-in time with them at a later date to see how they're doing and see if they've been able to follow up and follow through on the solutions that you come up with together. And last but not least, provide really specific feedback about what that person is doing well as they are working through the solutions you've come up with together. That specific feedback on what's going well will help him or her know what they can continue to do and continue to build on. Build on people's successes. It's important to give feedback when things are going really well, not just when things are challenging or not going as well as expected. That's how you create rock stars. Give them more feedback about what they're doing well rather than more feedback about what they're doing poorly. And that will start to build momentum for them and help build their confidence so they know what they are doing great. And that is where we want people to be, because that's where they will shine, and that's where they will become even better at their job and at their position and use their skills and gifts to help you run your business in a very successful way. And then they become rock stars and feel like they are incredible in what they do. All right, so I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever had a challenging situation where you have had a poor performer in your company or somebody you're supervising? And how did you handle it? What tips and tricks do you have to share with us to help us with others in the same situation? If you like this video, please like it and please share it. I would be ever so grateful. And if you are not on my website, come on over to dawnmariepayne.com and sign up for email updates. That's where I share more insights, information, and free resources to help you create your dream life and business. And remember, no matter what, keep believing in yourself and keep believing in your dreams. You have everything it takes to make them all happen. I'll see you next time on Empowerment TV.